Have you ever wondered why the world feels upside down? Why it seems like the selfish rise, while the selfless sink? Why liars are praised, while truth-tellers are silenced? Why narcissists climb ladders, while the kind-hearted get stepped on? It's not just in your head, and it's not just bad luck. This is the paradox of life. Good people almost always finish last. Think about your own life. How many times have you given everything to someone? Your time, your loyalty, your love, only for them to take advantage of you, to discard you like you never mattered? How many times have you watched the bad guy get the girl, while the quiet, genuine person is left behind? How many times have you poured yourself into work, staying late, sacrificing sleep, only to watch the narcissistic boss, the manipulator, the office politician, rise above you? You've seen it. You felt it. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably asked, is being good even worth it? Psychology has a word for this. It's called the exploitation paradox. The more kind you are, the more others subconsciously believe they can take from you. You become safe, a cushion, a resource. People rarely thank the cushion they sit on. They just use it. And society? Society is built to reward the wolves, not the lambs. Look around you. On social media, who blows up? Not the most talented, not the most insightful. Often it's the loudest, the most outrageous, the most shameless. The world doesn't celebrate quiet brilliance. It celebrates noise. At work, who gets promoted? Not the one who works the hardest. It's the one who knows how to manipulate the room, how to flatter the right people, how to pretend. Studies show that employees who self-promote rise twice as fast as those who actually perform. Let that sink in. Pretending to be competent is often more rewarded than being competent. And in love? How many times have you seen it? The kind, dependable man or woman left for someone exciting, toxic, dangerous. Researchers call this the dark triad attraction. Narcissists, psychopaths, and manipulators are often rated as more desirable in short-term relationships because danger masquerades as passion. And good people? They're boring, replaceable. Doesn't that make your blood boil? But here's where philosophy enters. This isn't new. The Bible says, the path to heaven is narrow, and few will find it. Meaning, goodness was never meant to win here, in this system, on this earth. Kierkegaard wrote, the crowd is untruth. The masses rarely reward truth, they reward illusion. Nietzsche warned that morality itself has been twisted into a tool of power. The strong dictate what is good, and often, they make goodness look weak. Schopenhauer believed intelligent and sensitive souls were doomed to suffer more because they see through society's hollow games. So maybe the real question isn't, why do good people finish last? Maybe it's, why did you ever expect them to finish first? Look closer at society. The media glorifies villains. Look at the movies, the shows, the music. Who gets the spotlight? The ruthless anti-hero, the gangster, the cold, powerful CEO. Kids grow up idolizing power, not kindness, because the system wants it that way. Do you see the trick? The system convinces you that goodness is weakness, so you chase power through shallow means. You buy the products, you sell the image, you play the game, and when you fail, you feel worthless, which keeps you consuming, which keeps you obedient. This is why bosses are often narcissists, why leaders are often manipulators, why politicians lie with a smile. Because the system doesn't want the kind and the fair in power. It rewards those willing to exploit. And what about love? Let's go deeper. Why did your girlfriend cheat on you with a bad guy? Why did your boyfriend leave you for someone who treats them worse? Because humans are wired with paradoxes. Psychologists say women are often biologically drawn to traits of dominance, risk, and even aggression traits that can protect in dangerous times. It also applies to men who often chase beauty and superficiality, neglecting loyalty. It's cruel, but it's real. And when society amplifies shallow values, Instagram perfection, TikTok clout, endless validation, the authentic soul becomes invisible. You felt invisible, haven't you? Here's a brutal truth. Good people aren't just overlooked. They're needed. Because without you, the machine collapses. The good employees do the work that props up the narcissistic boss. The loyal partners provide the emotional support that toxic people drain. The kind citizens keep the system running while the corrupt sit on top, cashing in. So maybe good people don't finish last because they're weak. Maybe they finish last because they're the foundation that everyone else stands on. But let me push you deeper. Is finishing last actually a failure? Or is it the only true victory left? Think of Socrates, poisoned by his city for telling the truth. He finished last. Think of Van Gogh, died penniless, unrecognized. Now the world calls him a genius. Think of every revolutionary, every whistleblower, every prophet who dared to stand against the crowd. They didn't win in life. They won after. What if the system of this world is upside down? What if the last here will be the first elsewhere? But here's the shadow you can't ignore. The system knows this. That's why it works so hard to make you doubt your goodness. That's why the media glorifies cruelty. That's why corporations reward manipulation. That's why people are pressured to be loud, fake, shallow. Because if the good ever realized their power, if the kind, the selfless, the authentic stood together, the entire system would collapse. That's the true conspiracy. So where does that leave you? It leaves you with a choice. Do you harden yourself? Do you become the wolf? Do you betray your own soul to climb their ladder? Or do you remain who you are and accept the suffering, the invisibility, the last place, but hold on to something the wolves can never touch? Your soul. Because maybe that's the only true thing left. And yet, let's not romanticize it. Being good hurts. You will be cheated on. You will be passed over. You will be mocked. You will be betrayed. But here's the paradox. The very thing that makes you suffer is what makes you human. Ask yourself, who do you trust more? The man who clawed his way to the top stepping on everyone? Or the one who stayed honest even when it cost him everything? Whose love would you rather have? The shallow lover-chasing thrill? Or the one who stayed even in your darkest nights? Which life is more meaningful? The one filled with exploitation or the one filled with scars of authenticity? So maybe good people do finish last. But maybe last is exactly where truth lives. And maybe finishing first in this world isn't a victory at all. Maybe it's the biggest loss of all. So tonight, as you think about your own scars, your own betrayals, your own loneliness, ask yourself this. Are you really losing? Or are you simply playing a game that was never meant to let good people win? That's why good people finish last. Not because they are weak, but because they are living proof that strength is not defined by winning in a broken system. And maybe, just maybe, the last will be the ones who mattered all along.